Hello, hello. Good evening. How are you? Okay, look at this, y'all. The Food Fest continues today. But I wanted to do this as a demonstration versus just kind of getting on here and chitty-chatting. Hey, Felicity, how are you, girl? And so tonight, I want to, first of all, say my name's Lauren. Welcome to Musings, Morning Musings with Lauren, the PM edition. And tonight we're going to talk about urges versus cravings. So a lot of times those terms are used interchangeably, but there really is a difference. And so for my emotional eaters out there, I want you to understand kind of what's the difference, or at least give you an explanation. And I'm doing that through some personal examples. So let's start with popcorn. Like, too bad this isn't like a Zoom video and then we could have this be like a little bit more interactive, but it's not. And so we're just gonna do the best that we can. So we have popcorn, and then in here is, look at that, y'all. That is cookies and cream. Oreo, this is an Oreo shake, and I'm at Cookout this evening. And this is hot sauce. The hot sauce is for the popcorn. So I can buy all this stuff kind of for a demonstration. But when you see this container, and I'll tell you why I chose this today, what does it make you want? You want some popcorn now, don't you? Like there's some programs that don't allow you to talk about food. I talk about food because I talk about food. Like I was in, hey Susan, I was in Overeaters Anonymous years ago, and really good program, and they, you're not allowed to speak certain foods because that may prompt a craving, right? You may put a craving on somebody by sharing a food name or a brand or whatever. So this is not Overeaters Anonymous. My head is cut off. I don't think you guys really care, but I'm just going to try to adjust it a little bit. Hey Eric, good evening. So really kind of, oh, that looks a little better. So urging craving. So there's this reason why that program doesn't support naming foods, because a lot of us don't have control over certain things. Again, is it an urge or is it a craving? So today, I mentioned earlier, I showed my lunch there, and hey Nicole, they had some popcorn in the waiting area. When I saw that popcorn, I was like, oh, hey Walter, I was like, okay, I'm getting some popcorn. There's just no question about it. When I see popcorn, I'm getting popcorn. It's the same thing when you go to the movies, right? When you go to the movies, don't you have to have popcorn? That's an urge. I wasn't thinking about popcorn before I got to the service department. I hadn't been thinking about popcorn at all. But when I saw the little red or white, because they had them in little red and white bags, the little container where they like make it fresh, I'm like, oh, I gotta have some popcorn. So that's an urge, because it wasn't anything that had been on my mind. I hadn't planned it. But being in that environment and seeing the white, just like y'all, and I'm like, oh yeah, some popcorn would be pretty good. You hadn't thought about having popcorn, so that's an urge. So it just won't go away. You're like, I've got to have it, or I'm gonna die, right? We may think that, right? But versus a craving, I keep bringing up the cookies and cream thing because that's my deal. So versus a craving, it's like, I will always, I'm sure, crave cookies and cream milkshakes because I talk about it all the time. It's something that I really enjoy. It brings back memories from childhood, and it's cookies and cream ice cream, y'all. Come on. So versus a craving, for the last 3 days, I'm like, oh, that'd be really nice. Oh, that'd be really nice. But I'm like, it's okay. I was in town. I was like, oh, I could get one. I'm like, nah, but I don't want one. So that's a craving. That's just something that you have a habit of wanting, a desire for. You have this habit of, okay, I'm feeling sad, or oh, I'm tired, or I'm bored, or I'm stressed, or whatever. I'm craving something that's going to make me feel better, that I'm going to enjoy, that's going to give me that dopamine rush to my brain and kind of move away whatever that emotion is that's going on. All right, so that's a craving. That's like, okay, for the past week, I'm like, all right, yeah, I kind of want a milkshake. I was like, but do I want it that bad? Do I want it bad enough to drive a half an hour to go and get it? No, but what was really key is that I said to myself, I'm like, okay, well, you've done good. You haven't caved in. If you are in town and you still want it, you can have it. And that was 2 days ago. And so I was here. I'm like, oh, I should get it. Yeah. It's kind of like the parents are away. I should get what I want. And I was like, you know what? I don't actually want it. Why? Because instead of going for that, when that craving hit me, I was able to kind of process, why do I want that? What is going on right now? What is it that I'm trying to placate with this craving for this milkshake that really is not going to do anything for me in terms of my long-term goals, or even short-term for that matter. So craving, you're like, okay, you have it, it kind of comes and goes. Urge is like a gut punch. You're just like, oh, I gotta have it or else. So craving, you want it, but you can do without it. Urges, it's in your face and you're like, you cannot do anything else except cave into it. So are either one of those healthy? No, absolutely not. But the thing to learn from the urge particularly is, all right, so now that this is my first time at this particular dealership to get my vehicle done. So now I can be like, hey, Angela, hey, Mara. I can be like, all right, there's gonna be popcorn there. Do I want that popcorn or do I not? Is it going to fit into my program? Is it part of my plan for that day that I'm gonna eat that popcorn, or is it not? And so if I plan for that, if I am ready for that, then it's an urge. Then I don't have to feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about the popcorn, I promise you that. But that's kind of the whole, I don't know, the brain psychology, if you will, around urges and how you deal with those in advance, so that you are like, all right, why was I so like, oh my gosh, I've got to have this. So when you can anchor into that, that's when you can start to not have it, not cave in, because you're going to feel bad about it if it, again, is counter to your goals. And so, again, I'm kind of going to go off on a tangent here for a minute. So I want to talk about this thing about we eat things and then we feel bad about them. But when we're on a diet or we're on a program or we're changing our health, we have that discomfort, that period where we also don't feel good. Either way, you're not going to feel good. So pick the not feeling good that's going to help you get to your goals. What do I mean by that? Pick the not to push through the hard of starting instead of cheating on your diet or caving and having that and feeling bad for that, because then you're still not getting any closer to your goal and you feel bad, versus if you're starting a program, you're working on a program, you have that period of discomfort, push through that and feel good about, hey, I was uncomfortable, but I pushed through it and now I'm getting closer to my goal. All right, so let's just kind of wrap up here. So again, I've got, the hot sauce got on the screen. So I have the hot sauce just because for demonstration purposes. I'm actually not gonna eat any of this. I'm gonna throw this all away. I'll do this while we're on TV, on TV, we're on screen. I really want this, but I also really don't, because why? It's just gonna make me feel all like, look. So I'm throwing it away. I haven't had any of it, and like I'm totally fine with that. That's actually a strategy for getting over things that you like, is to buy it and throw it away. Is it a waste of money, or is it a learning experience? Is this the training for trying to get past this urge? All right, so urge is something is presented, you weren't planning on it at all, and you have to have it. It's just like, oh my goodness, my life is gonna end if I don't do this, or something bad's gonna happen if I don't cave in. Versus a craving is like, I want it, it kind of comes and goes in waves, like, yeah, that'd be nice. And, oh, yeah, but no, I don't have to have it, it's fine, I can move on and carry on with what I'm doing. So the point that I'm trying to make is, in both cases, there is an emotion around wanting these things, urge or craving. And to the extent that you can center into and identify what is that emotion and why are you feeling that way, why are you trying to avoid whatever that emotion is, whether it's stress, whether it's exhaustion, whether it's whatever, then you can work on becoming less of an emotional eater. All right? So thank you guys so much for watching. I want to wish you optimal health and bountiful wellness. Bye for now. Oh, wait, I lied. I was going to go throw this away. I'm kind of doing that for me and for you. All right, but I don't know where the garbage is. So, all right, so here's one right over here. Okay, so here, I'll just turn the camera. So there it is. All right, so here we go. This is like hard to throw away because I'm like, it's right here, I can eat it. But I really don't want it. Why? Because y'all already saw what I had for lunch today. That is enough grease to last me, like I said, till like May. Whew. I had to take a nap. I was so tired. I had to take like a 20-minute nap. I was out driving and I'm like, I can't stay awake. It was just too much. But anyway, it was good going down. It was actually really good. And that was like a little giddy because there was like the coleslaw it was like having pudding. It was so sweet, but it was good. Okay, here we go. Throwing it away. Throwing away, throwing away, throwing away. Okay, here we go. In it goes. All right, so I know, right? Oh no, well, it's gone. It's gone. It's fine, right? So, hey, Tasha, girl, where have you been, Sarah? Happy Founders Day. So anyway, yes, you guys, thank you again so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your evening. Bye for now.